Welcome. I'm David Brooker, and you're listening to the Old Soul podcast, exploring spirituality and life. Old Soul is sort of a retirement project in which I delve into the cobwebs of my mind to reflect on the wonder of creation, the mysteries of life, and the connection that I feel with something bigger, something beyond me, that which stirs my soul. My personal journey is anchored in progressive Christian thought, but it has also been deeply influenced by people of diverse faith traditions, and also by people of no faith tradition. And I hope that those threads will be evident in these ramblings. Thank you for tuning in. I count it a privilege that you may be interested in reading or listening to my blog, and I'd love to hear your feedback. If you want to know more about me, or if you'd like to subscribe to my site, then you can do that at www.oldsoul.blog. Thanks for checking it out. Now let's get into this week's episode. To be filled with light is the title, and wonder is the theme of this episode of the Old Soul podcast. I'm David Brooker, and I'm delighted to welcome you to this episode. A lifetime isn't long enough for the beauty of the world. That's a quote from one of Mary Oliver's poems. A lifetime isn't long enough for the beauty of the world. Well, we've just returned from a few days away in our caravan, camped beside the lake in Nagambie, Victoria, surrounded by the sounds of birds, frogs, an occasional human voice, the soft rhythmic lapping of the lake against the bank, the gentle breeze stirring the trees, the moisture from the early morning fog dripping off the leaves. Every bit of it so peaceful and picturesque, so restorative and wonderful, by which I mean full of wonder. It's the wonder that restores the soul, I reckon. Oh, to be so childlike that I never lose the awareness of the nearness of wonder. Echoes in my mind there of a wisdom saying from Jesus, "Unless you change and become like children," he said. May I learn to live every moment as a moment of wonder. A lifetime isn't long enough for the beauty of the world. I have the good fortune to be married to someone who is able to capture the wonder of creation in her photography. I shared some of Heather's photos from Nagambie in my blog. Clearly I can't do that in this podcast version, but if you do want to check them out, you can view them at www.oldsoul.blog. The wonderful photos were accompanied by the text of a Mary Oliver poem called When I Am Among the Trees. Here's Mary Oliver herself reciting that poem.
When I am among the trees, especially the willows and the honey locust, equally the beech, the oaks, and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness. I would almost say that they save me, and daily. I am so distant from the hope of myself, in which I have goodness and discernment, and never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me the trees stir in their leaves and call out, "Stay a while." The light flows from their branches, and they call again. It's simple, they say, and you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light, and to shine.
Go easy, be filled with light, and shine. Not a bad mantra for the journey, I reckon. Go easy, be filled with light, and shine. Oh, what a different place the world would be if I, you, we, all of us could learn to live every moment as a moment of wonder. This is David Brooker, and you've been listening to the Old Soul Podcast. Well, that's it for this podcast. Thanks for sticking it out to the end. I do hope you found it worthwhile. Incidentally, if you prefer to read rather than listen, you can find the text of this podcast, along with a host of other resources, at www.oldsoul.blog. And do subscribe if you would like to be notified of future presentations. This is David Brooker, and I look forward to catching you next time.